Okay, how we looking? I think everything actually looks pretty good. Alright. Finglui Mugunaf Klulu Rilya Gognoggle Fatten. Welcome everyone to another chill. Just a nice Sunday. It's just a nice Sunday. It's nice out here. I've been up since 6, but did you take Helen to the airport already? Yeah, I took her to the airport early this morning. So she's not here anymore. So I've been up ever since then, and but I'm getting on for a little bit of Funday Sunday action, wherein I'm pretty open to what happens today, fellas. Honestly, I'm pretty open to what happens today. I don't want to finish up Anubis just yet. I just don't feel like. I just don't feel like it today. It's Funday Sunday is that day when I kind of just like to. I don't know. I kind of just like to chill. I don't want to blow my fuck. I don't want to break myself on a challenge that I've never taken on yet. I just want Funday Sundays for a little bit of relaxation. There's gonna be plenty of eldritch learnings regardless. Plenty of dark magics to be explored. We'll probably finish up Anubis this coming Thursday, I would imagine. League time? Oh no, I'm not playing League of Legends. I mean, I don't want to. When I do League of Legends with my brother, it's going to be on one of my stream off days, so it doesn't affect the normal streaming schedule. I guess I could do it. I guess it would make sense on some. I have to see what time my brother wants to do it. I still have to talk to him. While Helen was here, that was kind of off the table because I was spending time with her on the non-streaming days. So I'll talk to my brother today and see what he wants to do. We're gonna start off with a banger. Oh yeah, it's always a banger up in here, okay? It's always a banger up in here. The recent polar bear box flustered? Medium difficulty. It's on Hack the Box?
A hunter must
okay, I'm open to whatever. Like if it's chill and interesting, I'm open to it. Big Mama Tristana, my goodness, you are so unfathomably, cosmically generous. My goodness. 10 new cult initiates. Raleigh the Zergling, Oreo Bite, Hours and Dreams, Big Red NKS, Miguel G.A. Mendez, HNL, Trailer Trash Kim, Gumby, Not Siren, and H. Mousa. Welcome to the All Has Red team, my friends. Thanks for supporting the stream, Big Mama Tristana. You are, as always, far too kind to a cult leader on the internet. Welcome, Indie Monkey. Good to have you here. Good to have everybody here on this fine day. On this blessed day of Eldritch Learnings. How is everybody? How is just about everybody? I confess, I bought a bonsai tree yesterday, and I'm not making this up. I bought a bonsai tree. Would you guys like to see? Obviously, we want to see the bonsai tree, right? Obviously. Hang on. Let me show you. Hang on a sec. It's in the other room. Okay, here we go. Here we go. It is right out of Karate Kid. Look at that. Look at that shit. Right out of Karate Kid. It looks real good. Yeah, it's a Japanese birch, I believe. Yeah, fucking crazy. You need special water? No, what type of special water? What is special water? What does it take? Sparkling water? No. I asked him. I've done a little research on him. I need to find a good place to put it as far as the to get a proper sun, the proper amount of sun. But yeah, it looks pretty cool, doesn't it? It looks nifty. I like the way the branches have been cultivated. They look real nice. You know, it needs a lot of care. I've done some research. It doesn't need that much care. It doesn't need. It's a tree. How much tree do you... It needs sun. I need to find the right place for it to get sun. That's about all I'm trying to do right now. There we go. Like, not from the sink? What do you mean not from the sink? Water is water. I managed to kill my bonsai tree. I'm mostly concerned about the sun it's going to get. I need to make sure to find a place where it gets enough sun. Don't take this bad, but you need a bit of sun too? No, I don't. Okay. No, I do not. My dad has skin cancer, and I assure you, neither of us need more sun. Am I pale? Absolutely I am. That's almost by design, though. But yeah, it's, I mean, I understand it takes a little bit of care. I understand that. I need to find a place where it can get a proper amount of sun. Other than that, I just, I water it, I water it every other day. I have to fertilize it a few times a year. That's about it, as long as it's getting the sun it needs. I just need to make sure I find a good place for sun. It was in that pale skin. Oh, I know. Believe me, I know I'm pale. I've always been pale. Or fairly pale. That's mostly because, well, you know, it's not uncommon for people who enjoy computers to be pale, certainly. But I largely avoid the sun, just because my dad has skin cancer, and I don't want to die of skin cancer too. We'll just put it that way. He's not gonna. I doubt he's gonna die of skin cancer anytime soon, but he does have it. I have one in my master bath, plenty of afternoon sun. Yeah, I just gotta find a good place for it to get sun. That's all. I might have to put it out on my balcony or something like that. We'll figure it out. We'll figure it out. Right now, when the it'll be better in the summer. In the spring and summer, the sun comes into the apartment much better. So I'll find a nice spot for it. I'll find a nice spot for it where the sun hits it real nice. It'll be good. It'll be good. Stay blazing. Thanks for the 8 months, my dude. Thanks for the 8 months. Pyglot, thanks for the follow. Wallace Solomon,
Fire.
Thanks for the thank you for the subscription. So on YouTube. All right, what are we doing? Let's start off with, like, let's just do a quick poll. Let's just pop out a quick poll. I don't know what we're gonna get up to. We could finishing Hollow is on the possibility. I'd be okay with finishing up Hollow. Oh, you want malding? There we go.
A hunter must hunt.
Let's just find out what we're gonna get started with. Get some good brain wrinkles. Oh, we are gonna add some brain wrinkles. That's for sure. We always add brain wrinkles, regardless of what we do. I just don't know what we're gonna do, like, particularly on this particular day. But we're gonna find out. We're gonna find out. Well, I confess that while Helen was visiting for the last couple of weeks, my focus was not exactly on the stream, both because I had the work ramped up really hard 2 weeks ago, and I was spending time with her. So, yeah, I've been a busy bee. Irasakai bringing us Votraz. Welcome to the All Has Red Team, Votraz. Thank you so much, Irasakai. Oh, right now, finishing Hollow and assorted TryHackMe boxes. Did Helen get a new job? Nope, she's still in the same job. Thank you for everything you do. Hey, thanks for watching me, Irasakai. I was happy to raid you the other night. Thanks for doing what you do. Are you and Helen, Mr. Longpig, are you and Helen a thing? Yeah, we're dating. We are in a relationship. Small malems and spicy kisses. Yeah,
a hunter must
like,
hunt.
Rocco was real ornery last night, man. Like, on the final night, he was just, like, I would just pet him and he would bite me. Like, you just kind of get used to Rocco biting you. If you're gonna be around Rocco any length of time, you just kind of get used to him biting you. I find that if you persist through the biting, he just kind of bites you a couple of times, and then he just kind of gives up. He's like, okay, well, I guess this happening. And then he mellows out for some reason. He's just a spicy little fucker, man. He's just a spicy little dog. What can I say? Ice Wolf bringing us 6 months of Prime. Welcome back to the All Has Red team. Zero Ciaran, bringing Ira Sakai into the passionate club of cephalopod enthusiasts. So it looks like assorted TryHackMe boxes has won. So let's pop over to TryHackMe, see what they have to have. Consider who raised him. She babies him like it is insane how much she babies him. She carries him everywhere. That dog has it so easy. It's insane. Logging into TryHackMe. One day okay, how do you pronounce it then? How do you pronounce it then? If I'm pronouncing your name wrong, let me know how to pronounce it so I don't get it wrong again. Kieran? It's Zero Kieran? Okay, Zero Kieran. Okay. All right. Yeah, I can do Zero Kieran. Yep. I just haven't seen it spelled that way usually. Usually a K would be used for Kieran. Have you done all the WinCorp stream? Well, the only one we haven't finished is Anubis, which technically is a member of the WinCorp series, I guess, even though it's on Hack the Box. We have not finished that one yet. We have User. We got User on Thursday. Root might be a little spicy, and I just don't feel like doing it today. Mr. Streamer not saying my name right. Inside Sources? How am I not saying Inside Sources correctly? Clarify that. I thought she was in your very close... I mean, she is. She is in my very close circle, but that's because we're dating. Well, not because... Like, she's still, like... We were close before that, but... We'll just do Funday Sunday for right now, until we figure out what we're going to be doing. Inside Horses. Yeah, if I'm saying Inside Sources wrong, I'm just going to make it Inside Horses. Does she have the code to the Batcave? God, I wish I had a fucking Batcave. Oh, but I wish I had a goddamn Batcave. Like, one of my primary motivations for, like, if I don't really focus on money all that much, but, honestly, I want to get I kind of want to get wealthy just so that I can have, like, just so I can have like a bookshelf, and you come up to it, you pull on the green book, and it goes like whoa, and opens up, and there's an elevator inside or something, and you go in there, and it drops you down into your fucking lair or something. Yeah, fuck yeah. Like, and you gotta keep the whoa in there as well. You don't want to WD-40 that out. You want the ambiance. The ambiance is very important to that whole process. Orbital Gun bringing Inside Sources into the cult as well. Welcome Inside Sources. Thank you so much, Orbital Gun. You were so kind. With Wizard Tower to Mount Machine Gun. Like, what book would you choose as the opener of the bookshelf? Obviously, the complete I have this really nice tome of the complete works of H.P. Lovecraft that I got from Barnes and Noble. So it'd probably be that. It'd probably end up being that. All right, what are we doing? Let's see. What are the newest ones? Okay, so we done this one, the Log4j one. What are you fine people interested in seeing today on this fine day? I'm open to just about anything. I don't care if it's hard, as long as I don't care what the rating is. What are you guys feeling? You wanting VirtualBox on VMware? This is VirtualBox. Got tested positive. I'm so sorry to hear that, Andreas. Make sure you rest up. Take it easy. Active Directory, I hate it, but okay, well, let's see if there's... We're running out of Active Directory machines, I feel like. Okay, here's Lay of the Land, which I think is a walkthrough sort of machine. We've done all the other ones. There is Hollow. That would be Active Directory. We've almost finished Hollow. We just have the last few boxes to go on that one. So probably not going to be Active Directory today. Doesn't seem to be any good Active Directory machines. I need to pay for my groceries. You guys be good till I get back. We'll hold down the 4. I'll keep them in line, Maticus Maximus. Don't worry. I'll keep them in line. Ooh. This is interesting. We have a Rop Chain box here. That's interesting. Lumberjack Turtle. This one was actually recommended to me. This one was actually recommended. We're going to throw this one in here. Someone recommended this box to me, if I remember right. So let's start another poll here. What is ROP? ROP stands for Return-Oriented Programming. It's the primary method by which you would exploit like a buffer overflow or a heap overflow. Well, not a heap overflow, a buffer overflow, a stack-based buffer overflow in modern, on modern machines. Modern machines have what's called data execution prevention, which makes the stack non-executable. And so you need to be a little bit more creative to execute code on a modern through a buffer overflow on a modern machine. So Lumberjack Turtle. So let's gonna look at some boxes that seem interesting here. This is blue team stuff. A Hamlet-inspired room. We'll put that in there. If anyone's interested in seeing some Hamlet. Pwn this pay-to-win Minecraft server. We'll put that in there. That sounds fun. Again, we just look for fun shit to do on Funday Sunday. Fun, creative machines are always good. Let's see. Let's just hide completed here. We'll throw Contain Me in there. What is this like? It's a hard machine, but... And we'll throw that in there too. What the hell? Temple. There we go. Give it a shot. Thinking about reverse engineering room? Honestly, it's so hard to figure out what people mean. Every single person in this chat means something different when they're talking about reverse engineering. Like some people define it as literally anytime I have to read code and figure out what it's doing so that I can exploit it, which is something we do very commonly on this channel. But there are a lot of people who think that reverse engineering means literally you need to be opening Ghidra or something like that. And that, yeah, we've done that. We've opened up binaries in Ghidra before. There's not a whole lot of machines, at least on TryHackMe, that revolve around that. Think about switching from my Lenovo to MacBook with M1. Any caveats? Probably doing pen test, security research, not sure if M1 is supporting everything I need. I mean, M1 is just the processor, is my understanding, YTD Hero. The M1 is just the processor. It should be able to run all the software you need it to run. IDA Pro? I don't have IDA Pro. I do not have IDA Pro. What about some SSRF? Well, we'll see what... Normally, I don't, plan out a machine based on the exploits in it. Normally, we take it as it comes. We figure it out as we go. We just kind of figure it out as we go, fellas. So let's see what chat put. Of course, chat picks the hardest one. Of course, chat picks the hardest one. Why would chat pick anything different? Jesus Christ. But M1 is not an x86 architecture, but I don't know if it makes a difference. My guess is Apple likes to make Apple likes to make sure that everything is going to run on their software. I'm pretty sure it's going to run just fine. I mean, a MacBook is a pretty common tool in the security, is a pretty common platform in the security industry, so I don't think you should have a problem with it. GoPro, welcome to the chat. All right, we're doing Temple. Temple it is. Let's see what we get. Gain access to the temple. Deploy the machine. No deep lore. I am offended. At this point, I expect lore with my machines. Bop this over here. All right, let's connect to TryHackMe. Oh my god, I can't type. It's not going well for me already. It's just the regular one. Okay. It doesn't seem to be... It may not have connected. Interesting. Let's go ahead and just re-download the VPN here. Let's go ahead and re-download that. It says I am not connected. Okay, let's just switch... Sure, we'll do that. Download my configuration file. 1 second. We are downloading the configuration file. I'll be right with you, chat. We'll slap this into my projects folder. Where is my... TryHackMe. Paste. See if we can get connected now. There we go. So we have connected. Element IQ, welcome, my friend. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Arkenstone, Slangin' Lumber, and Yui with the follows. Welcome to the All Has Red team, my friends. Thank you so much for supporting the stream. Or thanks for being here, if nothing else. TryHackMe, Mukter Temple. This is gonna be a fat fucking Mulder. I can already sense it's gonna be a fat fucking Mulder. But you know what? You're not gonna get to me today, chat. Today there will be no molding. There will be no molding today. And if chat tries to make me mold, I may mold. I may mold by not mold. About not molding. Okay. So, that would not count as a mold. Hours and Dreams, you're not going to get to me today. This is basically an Alhaz Ross stream, okay? This is basically Alhaz Ross, Hours and Dreams. So, you're not going to get to me today. I am Zen, okay? I have my bonsai tree. I'm Mr. Miyagi today. I am Zen today. Everything is Zen. Everything is good. We are just relaxing. We're relaxing. There's no dog to bite me 50 times a day. I do legitimately miss Rocco, okay? I miss Rocco and miss Helen. They're both very nice to have around. That's a joke. I mean, it's not a joke that he is biting me 50 times a day. That is not a joke. It is a joke that, that now that they're gone, I'm like breathing a sigh of relief or whatever. That is not happening. We'll talk again in 1 hour. Okay, yeah, we will talk again in an hour. That is true. I'm gonna hold you to that. All right, we're going back to Temple. Now we did start it up, didn't we? Yeah, we did start it up. So let's go ahead and give it a little ping. Let's just give it a nice little ping. A little shoot one across the bow here. You know what? Speaking of shooting one across the bow. Do you know what we watched last night? Because some idiot thought that it would be fun. We watched Battleship with Liam Neeson. Have you fuckers seen Battleship with Liam? That is, wow. Like, it was, whew. God damn, that was, I was expecting, look, we've overdosed on speaking of bad movies, we've seen so many bad movies, the last several days, but we saw, in theaters, there's a movie theater out in my area that I really like. And Helen also likes it a lot, so we like to go a couple of times while she's visiting, because she doesn't get a chance to go to the movie theater, or at least to the movie theater that I like, that's here, very often. So, we went to go see, just out of wanting to see a movie, we saw Moonfall. Okay? Moonfall. And let me go into my face really quickly, just so you can see my eyes when I describe this catastrophe of a fucking film. I guess it's not a catastrophe if you like that B-movie disaster crap. It had strong vibes of, like, The Core. If you guys have seen The Core. Strong vibes similar to that. But the reason I'm bringing it up is there's a part in the movie where there's a part in the movie where okay, so the space shuttle needs to refuel. Okay, this is going to seem like a lot, but I promise you okay, it doesn't really make sense in the context of the movie either, but I promise you this is what the movie presents it as. The space shuttle needs to refuel, I think, at the International Space Station before going to the moon. And I know you guys are very confused by that sentence, but I promise you that is an accurate recreation of of the scene, okay? The space shuttle needs to refuel at the International Space Station because apparently it's set up to do things like that. And they they dock with the International Space Station, and you get a quick shot of, like, and it fills the camera. You can't possibly miss it. And, okay, let me put it this way. You guys, we've all experienced, how should I put this? Abrupt product placement. Product placement that seems a little out of place, okay? We've all experienced this. But this was the most egregious example I can possibly fathom. And to their credit, it can be hard to squeeze certain products in, to squeeze placement of certain products into your movie about how the moon is literally falling from the skies and is landing on and is gonna impact the Earth and kill all of us. Okay? In fairness, some products are gonna be hard to squeeze that one in. But it was still very jarring, and I say this because when the computer panel on the space station came up or whatever, literally the whole screen was taken up by the word "secured by Kaspersky." And I'm not making that up whatsoever. Apparently, secured by the space station, the International Space Station, is apparently secured by Kaspersky antivirus. Like, and that's what I said, Monka S. But it was a lot, okay? There was a lot going on. Okay. Yeah, it was very funny. It was very funny. Me and Helen laughed our fucking asses off at that. It honestly made the whole thing worth it. All right, Temple. We got off the track, okay? We got off the track, but we are back on the track now. Let's do it. We're breaking into the temple. We know the lore, or at least the fact that there is none. All right, get that fucking Nmap scan. Do it. Get it. All right, we get port 7. What the okay, so we're in for a sporting one already. You aren't secured? No, I'm not saying anything negative about Kaspersky, although I will say that when I worked for the NSA, we didn't trust him. We didn't trust Kaspersky. However, all I am saying is that it was very abrupt to see secured by Kaspersky antivirus on a movie that's literally about the moon falling out of the sky and impacting the Earth. I'm just saying it was a lot, okay? So this is interesting. Echo. We get no version. My guess is this is some kind of custom crap. So let's just netcat to this port and see what is up. We do see Telnet as well, which is interesting. 7. Cthulhu fhtagn. Okay, so it's just echoing it back to me. So whatever I send is echoed back to me. Okay, test. Yeah, so it's an echo. It's just echoing whatever I send back to me. Okay, interesting. We do see FTP. We don't see... we did run with the TAC-SC option, did we not? We did not. I ran TAC-SV twice. God damn it. Ah. Ah. I'm back, you ill-behaved. They were very well-behaved this time. This time. Parabellum with a 3-month prime re-indoctrination into the passionate club of cephalopod enthusiasts. Welcome. Talking about NASA, I found my first CVE in Fione CMS, which powers in it. Damn, that's fucking badass, Jake Staker. That's fucking badass. Nice. Can we update the box? Yeah, we can. Let's do that right. Oh. Well, Nmap is done now, but we will update this. My goodness, Hate Handles with the raid. Welcome, Hate Handles, and your viewers. We just started Temple. You're coming in at a good time. Just getting started with TryHackMe. So we do have an Apache server on port 80. We have Telnet on... Let's try to connect to Telnet before I forget about it. It's 254. Is it really 254, 254? It is. Damn. 10, 10, 254, 254. Yeah. Test. Test. We can try some basic passwords here. Root. Okay, so it looks like root is not allowed to authenticate. All right, so nothing there probably. Let's start a full port scan because this one looks like it's going to be one of those fucky wucky boxes, which has crap running on all kinds of ports. So let's do. We'll check out that. There was port 80 open. There was port FTP. Was anonymous login enabled on FTP? No. Anonymous login is not enabled on FTP. We do have port 80. Let's check out port 80. Whoa. The homepage changed, apparently. Breaking into the tent. Oh, my burp suite is not listening. Okay. We get the Apache default page. Let's go, Buster. Let's do PHP TXT. Let's make sure it's HTTP 10.10.254.254. Okay. See if we get anything there. Do we have a robots.txt? Okay, no. So nothing from this web server just yet. What other things did we have to look at? 21, 23. We looked at all of those. There is no anonymous login on FTP. Nmap would have told us. There was SSH, right? 22 is SSH. It is. So this is probably Ubuntu Bionic based on the name, but we can real quick check on this. I saw the ASP molding a chisel. I still don't know why chisel wasn't working, dude. I still don't know. I haven't had very many problems with chisel in the past. I might have been doing something wrong. I was a little flustered that stream, so I was probably fucking some shit up. Who knows? Not exploit. 7.6p1 Ubuntu Launchpad. It's Bionic, I would assume, or yeah, Bionic. So this was in the Ubuntu Bionic. So assuming this SSH server hasn't been upgraded or changed at all, we can assume that this is probably Ubuntu Bionic. We get no other ports, so there's got to be something that pops up from either this GoBuster or this Nmap scan here. Port 7 got to be the way. Well, all it's doing is echoing my stuff back to me. Like, I connect to it, and all it's doing is echoing my stuff back. Yeah, see, all it was doing was echoing my commands back to me. Can you escape? I mean, there's probably something we do with it, I would say, unless it's here just to fuck with us. We can take another look at it. Test. We could try some characters. See if it doesn't like any of these characters. This is something I like to do when I don't really know what to do. And it just echoed all the characters back to us, so it doesn't look like any of the characters resulted in any kind of crazy it looks like it doesn't look like any kind of weird behavior was caused by any of this. Would port knocking be in play here? It's possible. It is possible that port knocking would be in play. But we would need some kind of indication of which ports. Like, you're not going to brute force a port knock. Buffer overflow? It could certainly be a buffer overflow. The problem with that is we don't have a copy of the binary, so we have no way to reverse engineer it. But we can try to, like, just send it 5,000 A's and see if it crashes on us. We can try that at least. And it just repeats our A's back to us. There doesn't seem to be anything immediately wrong with this. Whatever we send it, it is just echoing back to us. We haven't found anything in GoBuster. Is there something crazy in the page source of Ubuntu? Oh, UDP scan. We should do a UDP scan as well. We like to do UDP scans when where nothing is turning up. Sudo nmap techsu 10.10.254. Now, we aren't going to do a full UDP scan because it would take too long.
Hey, listen.
What? You owe hours and dreams. Yeah, hours and dreams. Hours and dreams. As we discussed, Maticus Maximus, while you were away, Hours and Dreams is of the opinion that I'm going to mold today. But no, I am very zen. I have my bonsai tree, and there is nothing but zen, calm feelings. Okay? Nothing but really zen, calm feelings in me. Today is for happy little hacks. It's basically... it's Miyagi-Do. It's basically Alhaz Ross, okay? There's going to be no... May we see said bonsai tree. I showed it a little while ago. It's in the other room. I bought it. I just bought it yesterday. Okay, we'll launch a UDP scan here. Let's do attack V option.
What should I get to eat?
What should I get to eat? You know what? I like Raising Cane's. You ever had Raising Cane's Primal MK? If you're in the United States, you should try Raising Cane's. Yeah, I just love the best chicken tendies, okay? You can't do any better for chicken tendies than Raising Cane's, okay? Raising Cane's is where is... Ooh, the tendies are so tender. Okay. We still don't have anything, do we? There's got to be something that we're missing here. Like, something that's going to come up from... Something that's going to come up from one of these scans that we're doing. Perhaps a different Go Buster word list would give us some indication. Wow, really nothing, huh? There's got to be something. There's got to be a way into this temple. So if it's echoing my crap back to me, like I can't do any kind of cross-site scripting, or there's not really much I can do with that, I don't think, can I? I mean, we tried to send it special characters, see if it broke anything. It didn't seem to break anything. ID, we could try some simple command injections. No. Yeah, it's just, it looks like it's handling the output safely, as far as I can tell. I'm in Norway, no tendies here. Ugh. F's in the chat for Primal MK that he cannot have his precious tendies. Thank you for the 4 months, by the way. I don't know if I actually said that. Mart Chias, thank you for the follow. Cthulhu Fountain to you, my friend. So there's just, this is, I mean, we're just kind of, I'm just kind of, at this point, assuming, would I be better off with a different word list? Is there like a Git directory or something? Because I know this word list is missing .git.
A hunter must hunt.
Nope.
Happy 10 months, my fellow not a cult, but definitely occultists of fellow cephalopod enthusiasts.
We are not a cult. Why are you saying we're definitely a cult, Jif? Okay. It's okay. Listen, this is Miyagi-Do, okay? We're not a cult, Jifaram. We are not a cult. We are a passionate club of cephalopod enthusiasts, okay? Thank you so much for the 10 months, Jifaram. Welcome back to the All Has Red team, my friend. Thanks for supporting the stream. Did you check the page source? Did I not? I thought I did. It was definitely crossed my mind to do it. Let's take a look. Do we get anything interesting? There's just some commented out divs. Nope. I don't see anything. I do not see anything. /admin. It would have been found by GoBuster. There's got to be something we haven't seen in our scans. I want to know why this full port scan has taken so long. I would think it would have been done by now. I would think this full port scan would be done by now, but it is taking forever. You don't see anything because Mike Parsons doesn't want you to... Oh, that's true. I forgot to... They didn't break down my door today. Maybe Mike Parsons has finally gotten over my repeated breakings of Missouri law. Especially because I don't live in Missouri anymore, so he'd be best to get over it. There's got to be something going on here. Like, I feel like I got to be missing something from my scans. There's got to be maybe a UDP thing. Maybe SNMP. It's possible that SNMP... we could just scan. Let me just scan 161 specifically. Sudo nmap techsu tac-p 161 10 2 was it 254? Yeah, .254. Closed. Damn it. So that's a dead end too. I mean, the echo thing is the only thing we can really interact with that seems to be giving us anything. I guess we can poke at FTP a little bit. We didn't actually look at FTP because anonymous login wasn't enabled, or at least Nmap said it wasn't. Watch the anonymous login actually be enabled or something.
A hunter must hunt.
13 months poggers.
Yeah, nope. No joy there. So no anonymous login on FTP. We don't have any usernames, so I could guess Temple, I guess? Maybe it's Telnet Temple. 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 Nope. Damn it. Still nothing from any of these scans? We have open port... What the... Okay, finally we have something, it looks like. We have port 7 is open. That it didn't find before. Port 7 is the Echo server. This is new. What is this business? We do have something new to look at. See if that gives us anything. Could you bind or we can connect to it with Nmap, and all it does is it doesn't handle HTTP requests, so curl would not work. All it does is echo our stuff back to me. Yo, props to everyone who rooted the new box and hacked the box yesterday. Apparently the dev team forgot to remove their PwnKit script from the box. Nice. We need to restart the Saturday Alhaz Red Team Hack the Box Bonanza. Would people be interested in that? We used to have a group. In fairness, I stopped coming. I got kind of burned out of Hack the Box a little bit. But we used to have a group that would go into the, that would hang out on Saturdays in my Discord, and we do the new Hack the Box machine. We moved it to Foot server. I'm fine with it being in Foot server. We should just still do it. We should just still do it. I'll take a look next Saturday. Next Saturday I'll take part. I think I'll pop in. We do have a Python HTTP server. Okay, so we have something here. Let's take a look at this. Take a look at this. We have a login prompt. Okay, so ye old admin. Here we go. Nope. This does look like a custom login prompt, so... we could try for, like, a SQL injection or something. Usually you like to try those in these custom prompts. We don't see any references to any kind of CMS that I'm familiar with. Just seems like a simple login page. We can try admin, semicolon. I'll do it here. Or 1 equals 1. It doesn't matter what you put here. Hacking attempt. Oh no! They're on to me, chat! No, Mo! No! No! They found my IP. They're tracking me. They're tracking my IP. Oh shit! I lost my nice IP address. I'm upset about that. 10.14.9.41 is not nice. That is objectively not nice. Spread 'em, Buster. Like, I'm not gonna spread anything. Okay. Whatever, you can do whatever kink stuff you're into on your own time, though. We don't kink shame in this channel. Certainly not with our fixation on tentacles. Okay, so we should probably go Buster this as well, huh? It looks like they've got some kind of filtering happening. We will try to do some kind of filter evasion. So we have a /login page. Let's see what other pages there are. We can also take another look at the source to get an idea of what other pages there might be. Let's take this. We don't need ASP, obviously. We'll leave HTML in, I guess. It's a Python server, so I'm not going to include PHP. /login/home. That's giving a 302 redirect, so it probably just redirects us to the login. I would think. Yeah, it's just redirecting us. So it's giving us a 302 redirect, so it's redirecting us to the login page since we don't have a valid session. Okay. So we can try some other... So if I just put... What? Is it the semicolon that's... Or the single quote that's doing this? Hacking. So, yeah, the semi-quote... Or the single quote is doing it. Will a double quote do it? /admin gives a 403 forbidden, but it does exist there. So double quote does not do it. We can try a double quote. Usually a single quote's going to be the one that does it, but we can try it with this. Invalid username or password. So the single quote is what's breaking it. I see a lot of errors with the 1 = 1, but never hits on a 5 = 5. Yeah, you can use any number there. The 1 = 1 does not matter. It's not detecting the 1 = 1 anyways. It's detecting the single quote. Or the apostrophe, I suppose, more specifically. I see log for shell on the box. You should probably F-up this one. So... Interesting. We could try... We could certainly try log for shell. Like, where's the basic log for shell attack string? Where's our little Bobby Jindy? Little Bobby Jindy. Log for shell cheat sheet seems fine. Okay, this is not... No. You should have it saved if you're sending those text spammers a little canary. I copied it. I copied it out of... I used Huntress to do that. I used the... Well, I used the canary thing too. But normally I would use Huntress, but this time I used a canary token. But normally it gives you the string. And I just want to make sure I get it right. I don't want snike.io has been crap, or snick, or whatever the fuck we're calling it. Just give me the attack string, damn it. Alright, fine. We'll do Huntress, log for shell. Let me copy it out of Huntress. Copy it from Huntress, and I'll just change the URL. Here we go. We do see an external page, which is interesting, but that's just redirecting to the login page as well. Okay. So we can try pasting this in. We're going to put... we'll put it on 389. What is my IP address now? .10.14.9.41. Okay. $389. Let's go ahead and copy this and put it into my notes. If you're saying that log4j is going to come into play at some point, then I should probably put it into my notes so I can test for it later. even if it's not present here. Where's my TryHackMe? Okay, new notes, temple. Okay. Alright, we pasted it in to our notes. It was Flask? Oh, you're right, it was Flask, wasn't it? Someone said log for shell, and I was like, sure, we'll try for that. And then I forgot that it was Flask, my bad. But if we see... There was that external page, I think also redirects to the login, doesn't it? We do see robots.txt, which I, once again, have failed to enumerate. I tested for it on the Apache, and then not here. Oh, it's just nothing. Why is this so slow? Get fucked, TryHackMe! Let's see. This is giving a redirect to the login. Gotcha. We got a little bit jebaited, chat. A little bit jebaited. TryHackMe's version of a Rickroll? Yeah, apparently. So there's got to be something. Maybe there's some kind of filter evasion. We can try URL encoding. There's a number of things we can try. Let's try routing through burp here. Burp. We can try to do some my guess is there may be a SQL injection or something of that nature. And we just need to evade the filter that's going on here. What's jebaited? It's just it's an emote. Jebaited. Jebait. Age is important to learn cybersecurity. I'm 20. No, it's not important at all. You can be as old or as young as you'd like. All you need is a willingness to learn. Yeah, people are putting the emote in chat right now. Jebaited. Don't you have the attack string in your notes? I actually haven't put the attack string into my notes. It hasn't been relevant on an assessment yet. And I hasn't come up in a normally things make it into my notes when I use them either in a CTF or in the real world. That's usually what causes things to make it into my notes. I haven't used log4shell on a real assessment yet. I've tested for it, but I just for whatever reason haven't put it in my notes yet. It should be, certainly. I should definitely add it in there. You can absolutely... 24 is absolutely a fine age to learn cybersecurity. All right, here we are. We're in burp. Let's take a look. We're routing through burp. Let's just send a simple login request. Connection refused. Oh, the socks proxy. We had the socks proxy enabled, and now we do not. Technique, thanks for the 13 months. My goodness. Welcome back to the All Has Red team. Ozman PCC, thanks for the follow. Okay. So that worked. We get a post request. Okay, my headset is a demon headset today. It's just kind of sort of turning off whenever it wants to, which is annoying. Let's send this to repeater. So the single quote, as we've noted, does pop the... It does seem to pop the... Yeah, you get hacking attempt detected. My buddy JavaScript started learning in his 50s, took 3 tries to pass the OSCP, but he killed it on the 3rd attempt. That's great, my dude. That's really inspiring to me. I really like to hear that. I really like to hear that. Is there anything... Before I go down this rabbit hole of trying to, like, bypass this filter. Login button. We don't see any... I don't see any links to other locations. There's no register. It doesn't look like there's really anything. We get there's an internal, but we get a 302 redirect to log in as well. So, nothing there. Want my dad to learn too? My dad is he's like a web developer. He's like a hobbyist web developer. And because he does web developers and he knows what prepared statements are, he thinks that he knows everything about cybersecurity. I'm going to be honest with you, it gets a little bit cringe. He likes to go on and on about how he talks. He answers those scam calls that he gets, that everybody gets, about, and says, "I'm going to hack you back. I'm going to get you if you don't stop calling this, house or whatever." It's cute, but it's also cringe. I try not to shoot him down too hard, but but I do have to say, Dad, there's stuff that you actually don't know, okay? There's a lot of stuff that you don't know. He knows enough he knows more than most guys his age, that's for certain. Like, he's a web developer. But as far as cybersecurity, he knows very little and thinks he knows more than he does. So we only get 200 OKs. Robots.txt was a debate. These are redirects to the login page, so we just get nothing. Let's stop this one up here. I don't think we're gonna get anything from that. Time for a UDP scan. We already did a UDP scan. We did not. We do get port 68 open. DHC. It's just DHCP. Which shouldn't be anything. Try server. That's just a default thing. We shouldn't be able to get anything out of that, I don't think. What's port 7? It's this echo. There's some kind of custom thing listening on that. And all it does is echo your, whatever you send it back to you. Okay, so it's just a DHCP thing. I don't think that's something that we can exploit. God damn, this is... So there must be like a bypass or something here. We can try throwing SQL map at it. Let's try throwing SQL map at it here. SQL map might be able to get past the filter. Login.request. Try toss some SQL map at it. Connection. All right, so it's doing its thing. We tried it with a double quote. Can we try URL and quoting a double quote? There's a number of different bypasses we can attempt here. Convert selection, URL. Sent 27. Do we still get the... We still get hacking attempt detected. Let's try double URL encoding it. Okay, we get invalid. So that's just a single quote. Or 1 equals 1. Invalid username or password. It did not log us in. Damn. Did your hacking attempt error message display your IP, or was it the part taken from the request header? I think it was probably just the. It displayed my IP. Yes. God, this is taking forever. I don't know for a fact that we're gonna get anything from this. But we keep getting more pages at a fairly steady rate, so I gotta believe there's gonna be something interesting that pops up in some. I'm just asking whether someone could try to inject into that. Into the IP address? No, I don't think so. It's not reflecting back any of our input. I mean, all they could inject, they could like change their IP addresses they're coming from, but I don't think that would be an injection. It was like workzug, which is Flask, I believe. So, like, if we were to put in a single quote here. Okay. All right. I guess we could, I mean, I guess it could be the origin. We could try changing this to 1.1.1.1. Even if we could inject into it. Yeah, it's not being taken from that. Oh, that's the IP address of the machine anyways. It doesn't seem to be it doesn't seem to be. Huh. I mean, it's a simple post request with just 2 post parameters. Yeah, that's okay, Matthias. We're all, like, puzzling over this. I gotta believe it's some kind of filter evasion. What's going on with the username? This is a single quote. We've double URL encoded it. Sometimes that can work depending on how the request is being processed. Sometimes double URL encoding may bypass certain filters. It did not work in this case, or at least if it did, the SQL injection did not work. Well, let's see. What is the... Does it... Yeah, we can try search exploiting it. That's a good idea. That is certainly a good idea that I should have thought of before this. This is like ancient stuff. This one I've seen before, like, for real. I've seen this in real life before. But I think this is like an old version of workzug. Like several years old. I don't think it would work for us here. We could take a look at it though. Let's look at the Metasploit module. Yeah, so it's 0.9.6. And this is WorkSug 2.0.1. Keep enumerating. We are enumerating. We've got enumeration going on in the background. I'm wondering if this is one of those. So TryHackMe sometimes has these boxes where you just scan for a fucking million years before you find anything. And I'm starting to wonder if this is one of those boxes. Because pages are coming up here. I keep having to check back here because more pages are showing up. But we haven't found anything interesting. Maybe there's a /console. I think that would have popped up, but we could try it. There's an interesting one. So, okay, so what you're telling me is it is one of these. Is it one I found for... do I have to wait until it pops up? Is it just not popped up yet, or is it one of these? Because robots.txt is nothing. The only 200 OKs we get are login and robots.txt. We get 302 redirects to the login page. We have some 403 forbiddens. I guess we could enumerate inside the application directory? Or the admin directory? Maybe GoBuster without XML, TXT? I mean, maybe so. Maybe I should just remove those. Let's remove those. And let's give it 100 threads. I don't know if it's going to break the web server at that many threads, but let's try it. 69, and that's a nice number of threads, Jifferam. Nice. Star's in her litter box. I can hear her. Possibly a 403 bypass? It is a 403 bypass by logging in somehow. Every time you log in, it's... Is there a reason you don't use Feroxbuster? Sometimes it misses the pages I want to find. I've had Feroxbuster miss pages before, and it made me really annoyed. So we have a vendetta against Feroxbuster now. I was using Feroxbuster for a bit. Another problem with Feroxbuster is that by default, it just spins up entirely new threads. So I've seen it have a problem with... it spins up an entirely new thread and it quickly ramps up its the weight on the website, so it has a tendency to kind of DOS websites. If admin is 403, usually hours and dreams. Usually yes, not always. But I don't want to start scanning inside of a 403 directory on a hunch unless I absolutely need to. And people are telling me to keep. People are telling me to keep enumerating, I guess. So we're gonna keep doing that. Let's do Stream Raiders. I forgot to start Stream Raiders, honestly. God, we're just scanning. Scanning. There's nothing interesting going on in this machine. It's kind of frustrating. Run Nikto for good measure? We can try that, yeah. Get started with... We got a loyalty chest right off the bat, so make sure you get your units in. Go Buster is still... It's seriously, this is taking fucking forever. If it's one of these boxes where I just have to scan for a million years, I think we might just go to a write-up. Is it one... Am I missing... Someone is saying I missed a page. Do we want to just go look at a write-up so we can skip this whole fucking scanning portion? This is boring as fuck. Are we okay with that? I'm bored as fuck with scanning. Like, this is dumb. Temporary... Is that it? Alpha 2? Is that what I'm supposed to see? Dev, new account. So I have to not only find the temporary directory, there's also subdirectories and subpages. Oh my god, I was gonna fucking scan for... We were gonna be scanning for like 4 fucking hours if that was the real one. What the fuck? I almost don't want it... Oh, for fuck's sake. So apparently, not only did we have to find the temporary directory, but we also had to find the dev directory inside of that, and then the new account page. Like, we're just gonna sit here and scan for fucking 4 hours, apparently? Like, what the fuck, dude? Like, the box created... Like, what the hell is that? Whole stream would have been nothing but Go Buster. What the... Thank God. Thank God somebody bit the bullet and gave me the fucking page. Okay, so we can make an account here. So let's do test at test.com. Test. Register. Your username must be... Okay, test. Okay, account created. Fantastic. Now we're cooking with some amount of gas. Something is happening. I like it when things happen on my stream. Let's... I guess we'll leave this keep going, because who knows? There might be other fucking subdirectories we have to find. Stream Raiders is going right now, Just a Guy. It's going right now. Stream Raiders is... It's... you have to place your units. Test. Let's log in. Oh, come on. Let's just do... Test 1, 2, 3. Oh, come on. Okay. Test 1, 2, 3, 4. Email already exists. Test 2. Okay, account created. Are we going to be able to log in now? Please log me in. Okay, we have something. Let's look at the... We have internal news. I guess that's what all these pages are, right? And I guess if we were admin, there would be an admin thing. Internal at templeindustries.local. Let's copy that out, put it into our notes. Might be relevant later. Oh, we might want to kill SQL map. That's a good point. Because we're probably not going to find anything there. Quit. Skilled with PHP. Yes, we know. Pascal, JavaScript, Python, Perl. External news. Account. Okay. View the page source. See what we're dealing with. So this was Flask. This is WorkZug Flask. First thing I want to try is this. Let's do 8 times 8. No. Invalid email. So it has to be an email. We'll do 8 times 8 in the username and see what we get there. Okay, it did let us make the account. Let's log out. Let's try to log in as this other user. So we're going to try a little SSTI, because it is reflecting our username back onto the page. So if SSTI works, we should see a 49 in the place of our username on the account page. Or a 64. Okay, so we do have SSTI here. So this is what's called server-side template injection. This is very common, and this is pretty common in something like Flask, which often displays elements in the form of templates. So what we're doing is we're basically submitting a username which comprises a template containing Python code in there. This is simple Python code to just multiply 8 times 8. And if we get 64, that means that the web page is evaluating that Python expression. So, how can we exploit this? What's the impact? The impact is usually remote code execution. Because if we can evaluate Python expressions, that means that we can execute arbitrary Python code. So this is remote code execution. Now, are there any problems we may be concerned with? Are there any problems that we may want to be concerned with here? Bad characters? Yes. What kind of bad characters do we think may arise? What kind of bad characters do you think you might run into? Crashing the service? You usually won't crash the service with SSTI. Quotes. We know that there's a filter, right? We have to actually log in, remember? We have to actually log in as this. And if we use, there are bad characters that are being filtered. We're going to have to do a little bit of filter evasion. So we need to figure out what characters are being filtered. We know the single quote is underscores being filtered. Underscores are going to be important in an SSTI payload. I need to know if the special characters in an SSTI payload are being filtered. Okay, so underscores are also being filtered. Where did you find info or mention about Flask? This is WorkZug, which I believe runs on Flask. You can Google it. I'm pretty sure it does. I never actually looked it up on stream, but I've encountered this before. I'm pretty sure it's Flask. Depends on the Jinja template engine, which is what we're exploiting right now, the Jinja template engine, and the WorkZug toolkit. So it's Flask. It's the room description mentions Flask, does it? I didn't see that. So yeah. So this is something to look for whenever you're pen testing Python servers, like Flask servers especially. This is definitely something to look for. It's definitely you definitely want to take a look at server-side template injection. So Jinja SSTI. We just want to get a simple payload. We need to know what special characters are required here, and figure out which ones are being filtered so that we can do a filter evasion. So we're not going to go through the... We can just do payloads all the things for right now. We can go through the crazy... there's a crazy series of... There's like... what we're going to basically do is exploit Python code to execute shell commands on the server. So I need to get a... So we need to payloads all the things. Jinja. Template injection. Jinja. So we can also try config.items here. And it'll give you a better look at what's happening. So we have to register an account called config.items. Same password should be fine. Okay, so now we can log in. Okay, we go down to account, and we're going to see a bunch of crap here. So get ready for it. Yeah. So this is proof positive that Python code is executing. Okay? So we're able to dump stuff from here. We see some crazy stuff like the secret key that they're using for the to generate the session cookies and stuff of that nature. Are you unable to change your account name, or is it necessary to register a new account every time? I have to register a new account every time, I believe. There's really nothing you can do in here that I saw. I went through all of it. It appears to just be static pages. That's why I tried the SSTI first, because I saw it was reflecting back to me, and it's just something you always want to try for Flask. So one thing you can do, a simple bypass. Let's try a simple filter evasion here. None of those characters in config.items are being filtered, but I can demonstrate a very simple filter evasion if I do something like this. ASCII chart. I just want to see the table. I need to see the hex values that go with every character. So where is the period? So the hex value is 2E, I believe. Yeah, 2E. So if we do this, if we just put hex in here, I believe it should still, I think Python should automatically interpret this as a period. This is a common SSTI filter evasion. You just hex encode everything. Or at least the characters that are being filtered. This is no bueno. Oh no, this would be a very bad exploit. This would be critical. If I found this on a client, it would be a critical vulnerability for sure. It would be one of those vulnerabilities that I immediately called up the client and said, "Hey, I found something severe, and you need to deal with it right now, because it's real bad." Okay, let's see if we still get config.items interpreted here. Okay, we get a server. We get a... it looks like it needs to be in a string. So it would need to be like print. Something like this. Double quotes were fine, so we can use double quotes. Let's try this. We're just testing to see if this hex encoding will work. So we're getting an error because... Best Twitch stream? Hey, thanks for being here, Chirag Artani. It's good to have you as always.
Hello, celebratory hands in the air. Best Twitch stream.
Celebratory hands in the air. That's a long-ass fucking emoji description. Maticus Maximus bringing Angel D into the fold. Welcome, Angel D. Thanks, Maticus Maximus, for bringing him in. Ingo423 and High 2000 HB. Thank you for the follows. Brizzy Burke, Sizz, Slayerk, Slayer K, I guess. QRTRS, thank you for the follow. And Chira Gartani with the 6 months. Welcome back to the All Has Red team. They could have made it more could they have made it more tedious? It's I mean, this is fine, I guess. It looks like I am still exploiting this incorrectly, so I should probably stop fucking around and try to actually find a payload here. So what I'm getting wrong is the Jinja template. Right here. Let's jump all classes here. This is the one that I think most commonly I use. That's the one that I've used most commonly. Let's try this one. This should dump all the Python classes that are available. And then from those Python classes, we can pick one that is useful to us. Now remember, these single quotes are being filtered, so we need to use double quotes. Single quotes and double quotes are not different in Python, so we can use different... let's take these spaces away as well. Okay. We should probably start, like, how high is this number going to get before we get code execution? This may take a little debugging. It's been a little while since I've done SSTI. Might just take a little doing, that's all. Less than 15? Oh, I don't know about that. Hacking attempt to... Oh, yeah, underscores are bad. Shit. So the hex didn't work for the other thing. Let me look up SSTI filter evasion. We need to put those hex things in strings. SSTI filter bypass. Hex. We'll look at this. How about if underscore is blacklisted? Perfect. Get the attribute of an object. Okay. So we're just going to kind of do a different... Okay, here we go. So we need to find subprocess.popen. This is what we're looking for in subclasses, because that's going to allow us to execute code. So let's do this one. That should work right there. So you can see that the 5F is the underscore, and you can come over here and check that out. Where's underscore? Underscore. So the hex, so basically what they're doing is they're using the attribute thing and passing a string of these hexes, of these hex encoded characters, in order to basically do the same thing as we're already doing. Just, god damn it, stop. Okay, hopefully that copies. I don't know if it actually copied. Let's log out. Let's log in right here. Test 8. So this should get the subclasses, I believe. We need to find subprocess. Good. So that bypassed the filter. Paste that in. So we should be able to see all the classes that are loaded into the Python process. Does eval work? No. This is a special kind of Python that's being used by Jinja. That's why I'm kind of floundering at it. It's not just directly execute. God damn it. I have a feeling we're going to get a lot of internal server errors while we're figuring this out. What did... There's single quotes here. How come it accepted our... Oh, these are not single quotes. They're backticks. That's our issue. For some reason they're using backticks as quotes here. That would be our issue. You cannot use backticks as quotes in Python, so let's make sure to replace these with double quotes because single quotes are being filtered. Mods, if you want to do a Mods, if you want to do a gamble, like what do you call those things? On Twitch, where you have like where people can wager their channel points on how high this number is gonna get. Yeah, do a gamble, whatever that is. Mods, if you want to do that, that's okay. That would be fun, I think. I personally think I'll get it by 15. But if I keep getting these eternal server errors, I might eat those words. You can do that? You certainly can. Okay, we've created the account. It can probably be like an over-under 15 or over-under 20. I think I'll get it before 20, but I'm probably going to eat those words. Don't you give me an internal server error, you son of a bitch. Don't you internal server error me. Don't you do it. Okay, excellent. So we can see all the Python classes. Wow. All right. Progress. So we want subprocess.popen is usually the one that tends to be loaded into the prod. These are all of the Python classes that are loaded into the process. Let's put that into our notes. Honestly, this should be in my notes just in general. SSTI bypasses, I should say. Okay, so that worked for a bypass. Okay. So this is all to get around the underscore being blacklisted. The single quote being blacklisted really isn't a big deal because single quotes and double quotes are completely equivalent in Python. So we can just swap the single quotes for double quotes and it works fine. But the underscore being blacklisted, we need to kind of work around that. So now we need to find which one... Okay, so they're running a little Python script here to figure out which one of these is subprocess. Subprocess.popen. This is what we want right here. That's what we want right there. We need to find exactly which index this is, though. And I don't want to count those. So let's do... I'm thinking. We can just run that little Python script, I guess. Let's just take all of this. Let's copy this. We'll paste it, or we'll vim classes.text. We need to find out exactly which one subprocess.popen is so we can call it. All right, so Python 3. With open classes.text r as f. So we're going to open up we're opening up the classes.text file. Contents equals f.read. So we're going to read the contents into a variable. And now we can see content. If we print out contents, we'll see all of the contents of that file. So the classes are divided by, it looks like, single quotes or commas. So let's just copy. What do they do here? For index value in enumerate, check split. Okay, we'll do that. Contents So we're splitting the contents by the commas. And we're going to... And the reason we're using enumerate here is we need the index. I need to know what the what the index of the value is. That's the whole point of this. We need to refer to subprocess.popen directly so that we can call it. Hopefully that makes sense. If it doesn't make sense, feel free to ask in chat. I know this seems like a lot of dark magics that we're doing here, but that's okay. It's okay to not know what's happening. 206. 206. So it looks like class number 206 class number 206 is subprocess.popen. Could have just R into pay. You could, yeah, you probably could. I guess you could have. I mean, it's like a visual representation of an array, Kafka, which means that Python wouldn't really accept it as an array, I don't think. Why can't you reference it by name? You just, well, we kind of are. Well, we're loading all the classes. We're going to pick the specific class in the array that we want to. I don't think you can just reference it by name. I don't think you can. Because if it could, we would have a much easier time here. But we're going to call subprocess.popen to execute code for us, which is what's happening here. So it looks like subprocess is at index 287. The problem is we can't use braces. We should be able to use brackets, I think. Shouldn't we use brackets? Let's try and log in with brackets. I think brackets will work. I thought... did we try brackets earlier? If we didn't, we'll try it now. Let's try brackets. We need brackets so that we can refer to 206 index. And it does accept those. We do not pop the filter. So we seem like we're okay with the brackets. So final RCE. We could probably just use this one. We don't need to bypass the brackets is the thing. You're basically just passing it. Yeah, we could just use this. Let's just use this. We don't need to bypass the brackets, but we will anyways. We just need to replace the 287 with a 206 because that is our index. So let's pop this in here. God. I hate websites that try to be smart. I hate it. Please stop. There we go. So we want 206. 206 here. And we'll go ahead and copy this out. Oh, there's single quotes are still in here. We're going to have to replace those with double quotes. Let's move this in. Let me paste this into Markdown so that I can see it. Okay. So they're using special quotes here. We don't want that. We just want to use double quotes. Like you have the little upside down quote here. That's just the website using special Unicode characters. You don't want that. That's why we got that internal server error before. We have to replace all these single quotes with double quotes. Again, in Python, double quotes and single quotes are completely equivalent. In most languages, double quotes and single quotes mean different things. Like in Nim, for example, single quotes denote a char, or a character, rather than a string. which double quotes denote a string. Okay, so we replaced all of that. Let's go over here. Let's place this in here. God, I hope we don't pop the length limit. If there's a length limit, I'm going to be pissed. Okay, so we should notice that all this is doing here... All this is doing here is it's executing ls. It's executing the ls command. That's it. All we're doing is verifying code execution. So we've created the account. So we didn't pop any length limits. That's good news. Let's see. Don't give me an internal server error. Don't do it. Don't do it, buddy. Fuck. Damn it. It's okay. I'm zen. I'm zen. I'm not upset. Okay? I'm not upset. Did I forget a single quote? Let's check that first. Technically, this decode doesn't need to be here, but... Well, I think it does, actually. Let's do Stream Raiders really quick. Are we good? Oh my god. Stream Raiders had so many issues lately. It looks like it crashed on me again. Okay. Are we good? Let's do Stream Raiders. It's down for me too. Yeah, it's been fucking weird. It's been weird this week. So the likeliest thing to be wrong here is that our index is wrong. I kind of did like a really quick fucking hackneyed way of figuring out the index of subprocess.popen. So we probably just need to verify. The first thing we need to do is verify that we're accessing the correct class. Once we figure out that we've accessed the correct class, then we can debug from there. Digging this playlist? Yeah, the FTL soundtrack is a fucking bop, dude. Lyman and Alex Stankov, thank you for the follows. Technique and Lunas008 with the most kills and most assists. Oh, we have 200. We have prizes to give away. Let's see. Let's do some trivia. I'm thinking. Again, as always, please don't answer unless you're in the Stream Raiders battle. The point of this trivia is to give away this 200 gold. I know at this point you guys don't listen to me on anything. So, but... It's annoying. It's annoying when people answer and they're not in the Stream Raiders battle. Okay, so let me think. And the whole point of this is to give away Stream Raiders. The answer is Rocco. Let's see. I'm thinking. I don't have any good fucking trivia questions prepared. God damn it. I understand chat is waiting. Look, we're zen, okay? We're zen, okay? We are zen today, okay? But this is Zen Day. I'm thinking, how tall was Jesus? God damn, I can't think of a good one. I've come up with a few, but God damn it. I can't think of something good. Okay, we're gonna Google. We're Googling. Alright, Googling some quick trivia. I was woefully unprepared for this. Okay, this is garbage. Okay, this first... Okay, no. I hate it when I hit back and it doesn't go back. It just stays on the current page. Oh my god, please. Spare me. Oh my god, I have no... Test my security... Oh my god! Sign in for it. Okay. Okay, I gotta come up with something. I think I've asked this question before, but fuck you, we're answering it again. This is the new Captain Crunch, okay? What writer did H.P. Lovecraft cite as his primary source of inspiration for his own work? What other famous writer that you certainly have heard of did Lovecraft refer to as a huge source of inspiration? Jester Juco is correct. Jester Juco is correct. It's Edgar Allan Poe. The correct answer is Edgar Allan Poe. He directly references Poe in Shadow over Innsmouth. And of course, as is tradition, Joker Juco is not in Stream Raiders. As is tradition. I swear to God, Technique just waits for someone to answer. Just waits for the answer to come in because he knows that the person who answers isn't going to be in Stream Raiders. And just snipes these every time. And you know what? I guess he deserves it. Fucking degenerates. Okay, alrighty. That's what I'm going to do next time. They're all learning from Technique's technique, if you will. Just sitting in the hills for days waiting to make his shot. He's a sniper, what can I say? Angelus, thank you for the follow. Cthulhu Fountain to you, my friend. Okay, so again, the first thing that we're going to need to do is figure out if they were calling the correct index here. So the thing is, I think we can just delete all of this. We need 2 braces. Let's make sure we are calling the correct index. So if this works, we should get basically just we should get this, but for subprocess.p open. They did make this kind of annoying to exploit, didn't they? It's mostly that the website takes a few seconds to load every page, which is a little bit annoying. So we're loading number 206. which is the index that we found. I just want to make sure that before I go go into more debugging, I just want to make sure. Yeah, so the issue we're having is we're loading the incorrect class. So that was the incorrect class. My shitty, hacky way of figuring out the correct index was not correct. So let's find subprocess. Where is it? I keep looking up how to fucking search in a tmux pane, and I keep forgetting how to do it. Does anybody by chance know how to search in a cproc? Oh, here's subprocess. Okay, here's subprocess.p open. Which class did we land on? Socket server threading. So it's got to be around here. This is the one we landed on. So this is 206, 205. Is it forking? Wait, what is it? It's threading mix-in. So it's this one. So this is number 206. This is 205. 204. 203. 202. So, again, I'm doing it in a shitty jerry-rigged way. But 202 may be correct. We're at test 12 now. The good news is that our bypass is working. Watch it be wrong again. Killer, I'm gonna need you to not be a little dick about this, okay? I'm gonna need you to not put a jinx on my whole fucking operation here, okay? Why is chat always wishing for me to fail? Why is that? We are zen today. I'm not even malding. Today is not a malding day. We are zen. Zen day. All right, give me subprocess.p open. Do it, pussy. If it's wrong, we just... There we go. Subprocess.p open. So it's 202 and not 206. Progress has been made. So let's go ahead and copy out all this fucking nonsense again. Copy that. Let's log out. Paste this in. 202. Test 13. All right, come on, Pushy. Come on. Anything cool I've missed so far? We're just trying to exploit this SSTI, Poop Feast. Welcome. We got an SSTI here. My goodness. That sure looks like the contents of a directory, chat. Not. So we now have a way to execute code on the server. Does that make sense? 300 characters for an ls command. Yeah. It do be like that sometimes. So we can execute code. This bypass with the hex bypasses for the underscores. Is this a Python web server? It is a Flask web server. Would you like to try this? No, because it has underscores in it. Okay, so we can now replace this ls with any code we would like, essentially. So this is probably going to be easiest if we do something like... let me get my IP address again. 10.14.9.41. Let's make sure that echoes right. It does. Let's base 64 encode it. Again, we're still dodging bad characters here, like these single quotes. So the easiest way to do it is just going to be to base 64 encode it. So we'll base 64 encode. So we're going to echo this base 64 encoded reverse shell. It's going to have to be tac n to remove the new line from the end. Base 64 decode it and pipe it into bash. So if that doesn't bust any length restrictions, we should be okay on that. I may have to watch this stream from the beginning. Seems like a good one to learn some advanced stuff. So we're doing, it's an SSTI with some filter evasion. So the problem is that certain black characters are blacklisted, like single quotes and underscores. That's why you see this weird hex nonsense in here. And we had to Google how to bypass those things. In this case, the way of bypassing underscores was to use the attribute method. So we create an account. Now we have to log in as this crazy fucking account. Test 1, 2, 3, 4. Log in. Now we're not going to get a code execution until we actually try to load the page containing the vulnerability. It's similar to cross-site scripting in that way. So we click on account. Now it should execute. And my goodness.
Hackerman.
I'm in. So we are in, boys. Does anybody have any questions on that? We have breached the temple. Does anybody have any questions about any of that? Again, it was just as simple as, I knew you could do the hex thing, but I forgot about the attribute method. It's been a little while. You don't see too many server-side template injections in the wild, honestly. Really the only part of the box I didn't like was the extensive Go Buster that's required to find this shit. What are common indicators for template injections? So you should be testing for it anytime anytime you're dealing with a Flask server and you have user input being reflected to you back on the page. Basically, anytime you're on a Flask server and you're testing cross-site scripting. It's in the same. You'd find it in the same places you'd find cross-site scripting, but usually on Flask or similar web servers. There's other kinds of server-side template injection as well, other than just Jinja. There are other template engines. Jinja is one of the most common, though. If there were multiple options for web page submenus, how do you know which one to click on? This one. The one that we clicked on is the one that is displaying our username. It's the account page. We need to click on the one that is displaying our username. The act of displaying the username is what causes the code execution. Does that make sense? The one that you should be looking for server-side template injection whenever you have input. When you are submitting input to the web server and it's being reflected to you back on the page. Basically, anytime you would test for cross-site scripting. You can even test for it if you don't know if the web server is Flask or not. It doesn't hurt to just throw in the test string. The way you typically test for it, the traditional way to test for it, is to put in the... what we tried was double braces. 7 times 7 is the most well-known string. But you can do any simple math problem. What you're trying to figure out here is if Python if expressions are being evaluated. In this case, this is a Python expression. 4 times 4 is a Python expression. If this displays not as double braces 4, asterisk 4, close braces, but instead as 16, instead you see the 16, then you have a server-side template injection. Hopefully that makes sense. It means a Python expression is being evaluated inside the templating engine. What's the difference between WorkZug and Flask? I think that Flask runs on the WorkZug engine or something. I don't know for sure. We found out it was using Flask by the fact that it was using Jinja. It accepted a Jinja template. Yeah. I only knew it was a Python web server, so SSTI is always kind of in my brain. SSTI is always just kind of in my brain when I'm dealing with a Python web server. It's always good to take a look at it. So do we have a flag in here? We are running as the Bill user, so I'm assuming that in his home directory we will find our first flag for today. Cat flag 1.text. And we do have our first flag of the day. Bop this over here. Submit. And we have our first flag. Now, obviously, we're using Polkit. I'm just kidding. We're not going to use... Polkit would almost certainly work against this box. We will not use Polkit. That would be rude. Okay, we will, for all intents and purposes, assume Polkit doesn't exist. This is a hard box? Yeah, this is a hard box. This is a hard box. This is rated hard. Python 3-C, import pty, pty.spawn, bin bash. Oh, it just took a second. Okay, Control Z, stty raw minus echo. Export term equals x term to 56 color. Okay. Alrighty. So now we have a proper shell here. Let's see what groups our friend Bill is in. We do see that Bill is in the ADM group. I don't know what the dip group is. What is the Linux dip group? Linux dip group. Dial-up IP and membership dip allows you to use tools like to dial up a connection. The user in this group cannot configure the modem. Is there a privilege escalation? Disk group. So probably not. Probably not. But it's always good to check what groups you're in because you want to see what your user has access to. Now, where were we when we got the code execution? What directory were we in? We were in web app. In this web app directory. Is there anything in here? It looks like a very simple Flask web application here. Did we get anything interesting? We do see this is the secret key. We already have that because we saw the config. Yep, so very simple Flask web application. He's got a crazy regex for figuring out an email address. It's surprisingly hard to write a regex that will find a valid email address. So we do have SQL injection, a SQL happening on the back end. But I don't know if injection is possible. Probably not. So there's a check hacking attempt function that we passed up earlier. Let me see what bad characters. So the single quote, the underscore, the pound, the and the semicolon. These are common SQL injection. The underscore not so much, but these are common SQL injection characters. So it makes sense that those would be blacklisted. We do have some fine additions to our collection that we're seeing here. This is what...
A fine addition to my collection.
We do have some wonderful fine additions to our collection. This is why you always kind of want to check. You always kind of want to check all areas that your user has access to for these credentials. If your user has access to a web app, it's very common to be able to find credentials in a web app directory. Let's go ahead and... It's getting interpreted as markdown, so we'll go ahead and put it in those quotes there. Let me paste it again to make sure nothing got mangled. There we go. All right, so we do have a temple user. This is the SQL. This is the SQL database user, which is good. We can go into the database to find more fine additions to our collection. Regex generator, then ask me. Yeah, I'm not good at regexes. I can do very simple regexes, and other than that, I have to do a lot of Googling. If I need to do a regex in code, I always cringe because it's not easy. And what's harder is different programming languages have different regular expression engines. So it looks like we've got all the passwords here that we're going to get out of this. But we can connect, we can go MySQL, TechU, temple user, TechP. And we do know their password. We'll paste it in. And we are in the database. Show databases. Use temple. Show tables. Select star from users. Okay. So we see all of our users here. Now, it would be obviously good pen testing practice to remove all of these. Let me make this. Okay, so this is where... Okay, I made this password and I mangled it. This password is admin's password. So let's take his password. We want that. So admin can log in with a blank... No, this is his hash right here. This is the hash. It's just the formatting is a little confusing. But this is his password hash right here. What kind of hash is that? No fucking idea. It might be a SHA. It might be a SHA-1 hash. It looks about 42 characters. It may be a SHA-1 hash. SHA-1 hashes have 42 characters, if I remember correctly. So let's see. Let's paste it into hash analyzer. SHA-224. So we can try to crack this. Let's try it at CrackStation first. I'm not sure if CrackStation will operate with that type of hash, but it's worth a shot anyway. It only takes a sec. Oh my god. Okay. It looks like it does not like that hash. Oh, it does like SHA-224. Okay, it does like SHA-224. So we can... So it may not crack. If it accepts that type and CrackStation... If CrackStation accepts that hash type, I can't imagine that we're going to be able to crack it with John. At least not in any reasonable amount of time. Although, knowing how the rest of this fucking box went, they probably expect me to have, like, a super cracking rig. So RockU did not crack it. So we can just run it against John with no word list using its default rules. It does detect that it's SHA-224. Knowing this box, it probably expects you to have like a crazy cracking rig, and then to wait 17 hours while it cracks. But we aren't going to wait for that. I'm going to assume that it doesn't want that. How do I... Okay, looking up real quickly just to show... Just for proper OPSEC purposes. Can I delete... Where user ID is greater than 1. Delete from users where user ID... Does it need to be in quotes? I always forget what needs to be in quotes and what doesn't. Apparently users needs to be in quotes. This doesn't need quotes. User ID greater than 1. What does it want? It does need quotes, it looks like. MySQL has such frustrating syntax sometimes. You don't need to do this. I'm just demonstrating it for OPSEC purposes. Quote not needed for table name? Okay, well... Okay, there we go.
Hey, listen.
What? Backticks, not single quotes? Why do we need backticks? Okay, well, it didn't work. Why does it need to be backticks? All right, we'll try it. Okay, that time it said 13 rows affected, so I'm assuming that worked. There we go. Okay. For OPSEC purposes, obviously that's a good idea. Not really necessary for a CTF. I'm just demonstrating it, okay? So for good OPSEC, we'll do it for the sake... We'll do it for the OPSEC, okay? So, at this point, I wonder if there's a way we can get a better shell. We do not see a .ssh. Was there SSH in our... Does anyone remember if SSH was open? It is. Okay, so SSH is open, so let's go in here, and let's do... I need to rebuild this Kali machine so bad. Keygen. Ben. Was it Ben? Bill. Bill RSA. No passphrase. Cat Bill RSA.pub. Just take the public key. Echo. Authorized keys. My terminal's just fucked up. It should still process the command correctly. Oh, I move Authorized keys into .ssh. Cat authorized keys. And there we go. So we should now be able to use this key to authenticate as Bill. SSH tech I, Bill, RSA, Bill at 10.10.254.254. Yes. Have you checked the box time? Good idea. Oh, shit. Okay. Listen, I don't want to alarm anybody, but there were 22 seconds left on the docs time, okay? Let's all be calm. This is Zen. This is a Zen stream. But there were 22 seconds left on the box time. Well done, Killer 22. Well done, Killer. You got it. Nice. Cutting it close. Not even close. We had 22 whole seconds. It wasn't close for at least another 15 seconds. All right, so now we have SSH access. So we like SSH for two reasons. Number one, much more stable functional shell. Okay, we're connecting to the box the way it's meant to be connected to at this point. Okay. Number two, less OPSEC considerations. Okay. There are less OPSEC considerations. At this point, if I was on a red team assessment of some kind, I would kill, and I had OPSEC considerations, I would kill this entirely. Because if you look at PS AUX here, well, you can't really see it here. Let me set my terminal really fast. STTY-A 46158. Let's do it again. There we go. So this doesn't look great. If you're looking at a process list on your box and you see this, doesn't look great. Nor does this. So these are two not very great processes to be running. This is the opposite. This is the opposite of looking legitimate. Whatever the opposite of leafy bug is, that's what this is. Okay. Now, if you're using Meterpreter or Cobalt Strike or something like that, Cobalt Strike doesn't really have a Linux beacon, but it can connect to Linux through SSH. So I guess that doesn't really apply. But if you're using like a Linux Meterpreter, it's going to hide itself much better. But in general, this looks pretty bad. So if I was on a red team assessment, I would remove this, or I would kill this now that I have SSH, because SSH looks much more legitimate and blends in with legitimate traffic much more easily. Does that make sense? If you find this, yeah, you just pull your network cable immediately. If I found this on my, if I was running like a Linux web server and I logged in and I saw this, I would immediately kill it. I would immediately just disconnect the server from the internet. That would be alarming. So let's do Stream Raiders. Any result from John? My guess is it's not going to crack. And the reason I think that is because usually if stuff in TryHackMe and Hack the Box, if stuff is meant to crack, it cracks pretty fast. Or CrackStation cracks it. In this case, no, it has not cracked yet. If I was on a real assessment, I would use Hashcat. I would use Hashcat to attempt to crack it. The only reason I use John here is because in order to make full use of Hashcat, I have to run it on my host, my Windows host, rather than in the VM, and it has a tendency to crash the stream. What wordless is it using that went through RockU so fast? It doesn't take long to compute a SHA hash. SHA-224 hashes don't take very long to compute. So yeah, it goes through it pretty fast. Now, if you're using SHA-512 hashes, SHA-512 hashes will take fucking forever. Like, we could wait here for the entire day. It may not get through RockU in the entire day. That's how slow it goes. It's very, very slow. B0, how the story ends, and our name. Thank you for the follows. Welcome, my friends. SHA-512 even without salt? It's still going to be slow even without a salt, but with a salt especially, it's going to be slow. Okay. All right. So let's do some basic enumeration first before we flip out and start doing like linps. Let's just do some basic enumeration. We see that we are in the ADM group. The ADM group typically can read logs, so let's go into var log. This is interesting. That is not installed by default. That would be why we're in the ADM group. Okay, who knows what logstash is? Does anybody know what logstash is? Yeah, so it's a parser for Elasticsearch. It's part of the ELK, what's called the ELK stack. ELK stands for E, Elasticsearch, L, Logstash, and K, Kibana. Kibana is the web front end for all of it. Elasticsearch is the database, and Logstash is what parses the data that goes into the database. Does that make sense? Does that make sense, friends? So what we see here, because we are in the ADM group, again, the thing you need to know about the ADM group is that typically the ADM group can read logs. So if you are in the ADM group, you're going to want to come over here to var log and see if there's any logs that look interesting. What was that acronym again? My work uses Kibana and Elasticsearch, then you use Logstash too, more than likely. ELK, E-L-K. It's a stack, ELK. The ELK stack. It's very commonly used. Elasticsearch, Logstash, and Kibana. Cloud stuff. I mean, Elasticsearch is used for a lot of stuff, but yeah, cloud. It is kind of cloud stuff. It's sort of a different way of doing databases. All right, so we do see some Logstash information here. We forgot to run sudo tacl. Looks like we cannot run sudo. So the first thing we can do, are there any exploits for Logstash? Logstash, privilege escalation. Cheaper than Splunk? You could use it for you could use it for the same thing. Logstash, hack tricks, perfect. Used for collecting, transforming, and outputting logs. This is realized by using pipelines. I worked with the ELK stack in my dev days, so I do remember this. The service gets interesting when having compromised the machine, which is running Logstash as a service. The pipeline configuration file specifies the locations of active pipelines. So let's check that out. There is a Logstash directory. So Logstash is not installed by default, so I gotta believe it's involved in this situation. Uh-oh. Wee woo, wee woo, wee woo, wee woo. Was Logstash vulnerable to Log4j? Looks like other people were wondering the same thing. Latest release, yes. Turns out, yes. So, log4j is in use here. Pipelines.yaml. Etsy log stash conf-d. Let's look at that. Before we start digging into log4j, we'll keep that in the back pocket, but I want to read this hack tricks thing first. Locations of active pipelines. So there's only one pipeline, that's main. And the configuration directory is Etsy log stash conf-d. We'll just put this into our notes. I'll take a wild guess and say yes. It turns out that you would be correct. Okay. If the Elasticsearch output module is used, pipelines are likely to contain valid credentials for an Elasticsearch user instance. These credentials have often more privileges since Logstash has to write data to Elasticsearch. So that's very common. Logging of any kind should make you happy. You should be excited to feel that you have insight into logging, because usually loggers have to run with elevated permissions. Trying to escalate your own privileges, you should check which user is running the Logstash service, since this will be the user you will be owning afterwards. Per default, the Logstash service runs with the privileges of the Logstash user. Check whether you have one of the required rights. You have write permissions on a pipeline.conf file. So in that case, that would be write permissions over this. That'd be write permissions over that. Or Etsy logstash pipelines.yaml contains a wildcard, and you are allowed to write into the specified folder. That's yes. That's a yes, chat. Further, one of the requirements must be wet. You are able to restart the Logstash service, or Etsy logstash.yaml contains the config reload automatic equals true. What was it? Logstash.yaml? Config. You love to see it. You love to see it. When you're just reading a hack tricks and it's like, here's how you test if you can use this to escalate. And it's just all the things turn out to be true. You love to see it, okay? If a wildcard is specified, try to create a file matching that wildcard. Following content can be written in order to execute commands. The interval specifies the time in seconds. In this example, the whoami command is executed every 120 seconds. The output of the command is saved into temp output.log. If Etsy logstash.yaml contains the entry, you only have to wait until the command gets executed, since Logstash will automatically recognize new pipeline configuration files or any changes in existing pipeline configurations. Otherwise, trigger a restart of the Logstash service. Seems easy enough. So let's go into... What was it? It was in conf-d. Let me check the location again. Conf-d. Logstash-sample.conf. Okay. Vim Cthulhu.conf. Paste that in. Did it not copy? Come on. Set paste. Does not seem to care for my copy paste right now. I guess we'll just type it in. It's not too much. Input. Exec. Command. Who am I? Interval 120. I don't think the interval is necessary. Output. File. Path. Okay. Come on. Can't... Oh, I don't have write access. Do I not have write access to this directory? Oh, that makes me sad. I thought I did. Did I not check that? No, I have read and execute permissions. So I do not have write access to this directory. Gotta use the samples. Can we write to the sample? Oh, we do have write access to the sample. Oh! I thought I checked to see if I had write access to the directory. No, we just have write access to the sample. Okay. This stuff is just commented out. We don't want comments. Is this not pasting? Is it not copying or is it not pasting? It's not copying. Okay, now it says it's copied. Is it actually copied? It is. That should fix the indents. Okay. Paste that in. So it should have executed already, I think. How long is this going to take? I thought it executed immediately. You only have to wait until the command gets executed since logstash will automatically recognize. Otherwise, we have to... Okay, so we have to wait for 120 seconds. Alright, can we do Stream Raiders while we're waiting? Yeah, you could use watch as well. Yeah. How does watch work? Tech ed 10. We'll just do ls tech LA. Alright. Do we have Stream Raiders? I mean, we could just do it now if we were big dick chads. We have 3 war beasts. We're good to go. 3 fucking war beasts. We're getting in there. Mama didn't raise no bitch, chat. Okay? We have 3 war beasts. No way we lose this, okay? See? Easy. This is so easy, it's actually disgusting. He's like fucking little... What is this? Red Town Peace. These fuckers are getting clapped, okay? Did you take a look at Rostamouse? Yeah, I bought the course. I haven't worked all the way through it yet. Just haven't had time. Yeah, this is taking a long time. What the hell? This little red guy is killing us? What is happening? What is going on? We don't do any damage. Oh, we just have a whole bunch of healers left, it looks like. It looks like it's just me getting healed by like 3 healers. Okay, well, the joke was on me, I guess. Because you fuck you, killer, okay? Mama didn't raise no bitch, okay? That's what I've always said. You lost 3. Listen, I didn't lose them. That was you guys, you idiots. Okay, I didn't tell you to use your war beasts. You'll easily win the... Listen, just a guy. It was high risk, high reward. Oh, we do have an output.log now, I'm noticing. So let's cat output.log. Da, 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 da. Yay, there we go. Okay. We did it, chat. Good work. So at this point, we can just kind of do whatever. So we do have root here. We can just basically change this command to whatever we want. Probably just do a simple reverse shell here. Let's do 8444 instead. You could put any command in here you wanted, but... Okay. I'm gonna change the interval. Make it every 30 seconds. Alright, now we just wait. In a real assessment, what would you prefer in this situation? Reverse shell or setting the SUID to bash, and why? In a real assessment... On a real assessment, I'd probably write the SSH... No, that wouldn't be the first thing I would do. On a real assessment in this situation... I think I would like the reverse shell. Assuming there are no connectivity issues. There might be connectivity issues between me and the target that would prevent a reverse shell from reaching me. In the case that I don't get a reverse shell, or I can't catch, that I don't think I can catch a reverse shell, then I would use the bash set UID. Typically in a real assessment, you have considerations of firewalls in your way and network segmentation and so on and so forth. So it would depend on what I think would blend in with traffic the best. If I thought a reverse shell would blend in with traffic the best and I would be able to catch one, then that's what I would go for. And the reason is simply because setting bash to set UID is weakening the security posture of the machine ever so slightly. Like if another attacker is on that machine, I've just given him a free privesk. Because set UID binaries are commonly checked for privesk vulnerabilities. So, but after getting the reverse shell, the first thing I would do after executing whatever I did that got root would be to set my key into the root's authorized keys file. What I'd also have to check SSH SSHD config to see if root is allowed to log in via SSH. And if they are, I would set their key into the .ssh directory or into roots.ssh directory, and I would SSH in as root. That's usually going to be the easiest way. But we do have root here. We do have root. So cd root cat flag2.txt, and we do have a shell, or we do have a our second flag. There we go. Well done, chat. Well done. Other than that stupid, it looks like this guy wrote this looks like a cron job that's restarting the Logstash service, even though that configuration was set in the configuration file. This guy is restarting the Logstash service every so often as root. And that's it. Any questions about this machine, chat? Pretty cool. Barring that shitty beginning where we had to go buster, presumably literally forever. That was a pretty damn good box. I enjoyed it. The SSTI, the filter evasion, or the filter bypass, I should say. All that stuff is really, really interesting to work with. Does anybody have any questions about that whole box? Did John find anything? Good question. Probably not, but we can check it. No. John did not crack the password. I really liked this box. It was good. It was a good selection. Again, except for the beginning, which apparently you're required to go buster literally for 1,000,000 years. Really, the only change I would make to the box is put a little hint, as in, like, maybe put some functionality on the webpage that points to a non-existent registration form, so that I know that the registration form exists and I can kind of guess where the page is, rather than use GoBuster to brute force. Time for another box? Nope. I think I'm gonna cash it in there. I didn't sleep very much last night because I had to get Helen of Tor to the airport at like 6 a.m. So I think today I'm gonna work on. I'm gonna eat something as well. I haven't eaten yet today. So we're not gonna do another box today. I missed a few streams and now you have Patreon. I've had Patreon for a while. Speaking of Patreon, this week I'm putting my foot down. I'm definitely producing some Patreon content this week. So there's gonna be a new video. I'm gonna focus on antivirus evasion for this new video. We're gonna go through a few methods of obfuscating a binary to get past antivirus, and that's going to be on Patreon. It'll be on Patreon for probably 2-3 months, maybe, how arbitrary long I decide to wait. And then I'll probably move it to YouTube and I'm going to try. I really need to get more Patreon and YouTube content out there. I've been focused a lot on the holidays happened, then Helen of Tor visited, and it's, jeez. A lot of stuff's been happening, but we're gonna have new Patreon content coming real soon. Danarchist with the 6 months. Welcome back to the All Has Red team. Thank you so much for that prime indoctrination into the cult. Just keep it on Patreon. We could just keep it on Patreon, sure. I'm just trying to figure out how I want to do my content creation going forward. YouTube might delete it. They do get sneaky about that kind of stuff. But there's I'd have to put a disclaimer at the beginning, like, please use this for ethical purposes only, or whatever. When you encounter an old machine, there are no stupid questions. Well, there are, but typically chat does not ask stupid questions. So, when you encounter an old machine that doesn't have currently support the main tools methods to enum for privs, such as Server 2003 or something like that, what do you do to help enum? You live off the land. Server 2003 is still going to have net commands. It's still going to have net.exe, and it's still going to have, your basic Windows DOS commands. You just don't have PowerShell. Music might have DMCA. No, one of the reasons that I'm using the FTL soundtrack is it does not DMCA on the FTL soundtrack. What does reboot.w do? I'm in USC too. Can I have one of your DEF CON flags? No. I need them both. I need them both, okay? Does anybody else have any questions about anything? Anything at all? We're going to be back on Tuesday for Newbie Tuesday. I believe on Tuesday we're going to be doing some easy... we'll do some Try Hack Me on Tuesday. We did Hack the Box last Tuesday. We did Proving Grounds before that. And we'll do Try Hack Me coming up. When are we getting a haircut? Probably this week. I really need to get a haircut. Like, my hair... I was in a place where the wind was blowing really hard yesterday. And my hair was all in my face, and I fucking hated it. Planning on doing some more OffSec certs? Absolutely. I love OffSec certs. I don't really have time for a certification right now. Colorado, that's where I live. So, yeah, you can guess that where I was somewhere in that state. How could you handle a reverse shell from a public IP machine to a private IP connectivity? You need to set up port forwarding, or you need a machine with a public IP. Those are usually the ways that you're going to connect. You're going to get a reverse shell connection. You either need to set up port forwarding on the thing with a public IP. You need to set up a thing with a public IP that's on the same network as you to do port forwarding, which would typically be your router, or you need to be on a machine with a public IP. Those are your options. I also spent a good amount of time in the Springs. I also spent some time there. I went to college there. Small technical school. You might not have heard of it. You probably haven't heard of it. Good job for not molding. We kept it together, Hours and Dreams. We kept it together. It was a good box. I liked it. We'll be back on Tuesday. We'll be doing more Try Hack Me. I think we'll probably do that log for J one that we saw, that turtle one. Whatever that turtle one was that you guys got a chance to choose from, but you chose Temple instead. It looks... Do we have anyone to raid? Nobody is streaming. People just want Sundays off now for some reason. People are... Like, look at all these fucking InfoSec streamers spending Sundays with their family and shit. Like, what degenerates? Honestly, do these people even hack? Are these people... This is embarrassing. Honestly, it's embarrassing. No, we're gonna be rating War Plays. He's doing some Try Hack Me right now, so bring him some glad tidings of Dread Cthulhu. As always, feel free to reach out to me on Discord. Oh shit, Tuesday, I'm commentating I'm commentating this thing. I'm doing a collaboration with Security Weekly, and we're commentating the company Polarity. You might have heard of them. Is doing like a little CTF competition for their employees. And I think I don't think it's just their employees, but my point is I'm working with Security Weekly on that. What is that? When? I'll post all the details on Discord. Don't worry, you guys will know. It's gonna be taking place like basically the whole day, or the whole afternoon, I think. So look for that. I may not stream that day just because of that. I'll have to see exactly what my obligations are that day. But that's going to be a lot of fun. I highly recommend checking that out. Again, the details will be on the Discord, and I'll also tweet about it too. I probably have tweeted about it already. Anyway, bring War Plays, glad tidings of Dread Cthulhu. I'll see you guys again on Tuesday. On Thursday, I think we're finally going to finish Hollow, or we'll do Anubis, whichever one I feel like doing. Go to bed tonight knowing a little bit more than you did yesterday. I'll see you guys again when the stars are right. Have a good night, day, or whatever time it is, wherever you are. Get vaccinated. Stay safe. I love you.